This is Steve and KJ. It's Steve and KJ.
You know me saying, lad, I'm a scouser. We don't get knocked out.
Oh, baby, what did you say?
It's Steve and KJ. Steve and KJ.
A long time ago, you fucking little monkey, not to fuck me.
Well, you know, I mean, all of that was good. It felt nice. It felt proper for the things that we're going to discuss today. It's another good times. It's another good times with me, KJ, and of course, Mr. Swift. Hello. I'm all like gummy mouth and tight round the bosom. This would be because I just woke up and here we are, yes.
Tight round the bosom. Look at my browser history and you'll find that phrase.
Yeah.
Tight round the bosom.
Anytime. Yeah, anytime. My bookmarks tab is just filthy.
And delete.
Yes.
As Matt
How are you?
Hardy would say in a different way. You, Mr. KJ, have suggested this match to have a look at, which I had completely forgotten about.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good one. It's an oldie but a goodie. Yes.
It is.
Yes. What we are talking about today is indeed Starcade 93, and that is career versus title, in which we have Vader, the reigning WCW heavyweight champion. Yes, we're going to WCW today, and we're talking reigning heavyweight champion Vader taking on the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, who just freshly returned really at the beginning of the year after his little cup of coffee in the WWF. So Steve, how did you feel about Ric Flair? How did you feel about Ric Flair in the WWF? First of all, I would like to get your info on that.
Yeah, transitional champion, and a confusing time for the WWF. But when he arrived, and I remember it at the time, being so old that I'm using a cane to walk at times. I remember that when he arrived with the WWF with the big gold belt, which they pixelated, I thought, this has never happened before. This is extraordinary. And they did it right when he won the title, because this is I think, actually, when he won the title, it's my favourite match, and it's an extended match. It's the whole Royal Rumble of '92. My favourite match of all time, because they did it correctly. After that, they dropped the ball completely. There was lots of, should it be Macho Man? Should it be Flair? Should it be Sid Sodding Justice? Sid Justice shouting on a sudden. Yeah. Should it be him? Or, and you know, they dropped the ball, and it was good to see him back in WCW. And of course, you're going to get the man they call Vader with the WWF very soon. And he will be using the phrase, I'm just a big fat shit.
Yeah, just a big fat piece of shit. Yeah. You could say that here, but he was more agile.
He was. I mean, the thing is, you can't seem to forget that I forgot that he's just a monster that can actually do all of this. You know, he's got that, feels no pain.
Yeah.
Is actually very stiff in the ring, or purported to be extremely stiff, and can be quite nasty and no selling in the ring anyway.
Yeah.
And he's got that look, and he's got Harley Race in his corner.
Yeah. I mean, this was a huge match. The entire show built around Ric Flair potentially retiring. They were showing video clips and interviews, and Ric Flair, I think this is one of the first times that he actually shows up with his family, I believe. So his family for the first time on screen, as it was at that time. And then the match itself is quite a great match, and it tells an amazing story of Ric Flair basically having to get down and dirty in order to match this monster.
It really does. You're quite right, and it does all that. How are you going to? It's the Taz who can stop the path of rage thing, isn't it? Who can get, as you say, down and dirty with Vader, go to the place that he's going to take you to, which is Pound Town, and really, and that's not what Ric Flair can be down and dirty, but in a different kind of way. So how are you going to match that power? And actually, for the majority of this match, Flair doesn't do that at all.
No, but there's a significant moment where you can tell that Ric Flair just changes because, so as the story goes, apparently Harley Race took him to the side when they have a little bit of a scuffle on the outside, and Harley apparently tells him, like, Flair, listen, he's beating the shit out of you here. He's making you look a fool. You need to do something.
Yeah, I have to do something, son.
Yeah, and you can see a change as Ric Flair just starts legitimately punching Vader.
Yes.
And from that point on,
yes,
everything is just it just connects.
Absolutely, and for the majority of this match, actually, although Ric Flair really oversells early on a wrist lock. It's only a wrist lock. Oh, well, hang on, mate. I know Vader's quite strong, but come on. He's really up for the selling of this. It really shows that Ric Flair, who a lot of people have said selfish wrestler, and all of that, it shows that he tells a story beautifully here.
Very much so. I mean, the power game of Vader. I love the suplexes that take place during this match. The suplex from outside the ring back into the ring. The suplex from then there's the superplex off the top rope, which of course Ric Flair and the bad back and the car and the plane crash and all that. And it's just Ric Flair is bleeding from the mouth because of the Vader's offense and hits. It's a masterpiece. It's so good.
2 military press slams as well, one over the top and then follows him out, and then a military press slam over the guardrail. That's right. Beautifully done. Chair shots from Flair to Vader, punches not pulled in particular, and allowed to, I'll just be punching you, and now I'll just be punching you, and only once does the ref say, I'd watch that if I were you, Sonny, but it's just hard, and quite a lot of no selling with what you get here, which is great, is he's the underdog, and that's how we're selling this. He's older, he's the underdog, he's not powerful, and there's loads of stuff where you think, Flair's getting going and the crowd are really into this, and then suddenly Vader puts him down with one shot.
Yes, it's so great with the body block thing, that bare body block that he does. Vader, such a great talent, to be completely misused in the WWF, just humiliated and destroyed. But it's this sweet spot, at least in WCW. Of course, in Japan he was a huge deal, but at least in WCW there was a nice sweet spot here from 91 to 94 where America got to witness Vader as Vader, and more people should look at this type of Vader at this time period.
Absolutely, because as you say earlier, a monster who's extremely agile, so he can really rough you up. But actually, moonsault, which he misses, but a moonsault with a Vader bomb. He's an extraordinarily athletic move off the top. It is a great match, and there's that superplex was extraordinary for many reasons, but one, that the crowd were absolutely silent after it because you thought, oh, this is the end.
This
And
is it.
they were just silent. They were with this match all the way through. It tells a beautiful story.
It sure does. And as we come up to the conclusion of the match, the conclusion was really clever. The finish was very clever, where it looks like Vader just has it. Everything's fine. And Ric Flair with that one last gasp, like this was the Hail Mary, just to trip up Vader. All you have to do is get a 3. That's it. You just have to keep him down for 3 seconds. And that's what he does. The crowd explodes off the roll-up. Ric Flair has done it, saved his career, world champion again. And to think this man was being pushed down the card and out of the company like 2 years prior, and he's the heavyweight champion 2 years later.
Yes, and feeds in beautifully to, well, let's try and get this figure 4 on you. Can't quite do it. I have done it. And now Harley Race, who's wearing a suit jacket underneath a short-sleeved shirt. Style gurus, that's not a good thing to do, and also gets involved by coming off the top for a headbutt. Unfortunately, headbutts his own man, but he gets to the ropes, does Vader, because Harley Race is distracting him. But it's all about the leg. So when he trips him, it's beautifully done. At first, I thought, oh, that's a bit of a hokey finish. But I thought, no, actually, it's all about the legs here.
Yeah. It's great when Ric Flair is working the leg and just taking it to town, and finally manages to get the equal base here, the equal standing, and it's glorious. It's a match that I often go back and rewatch just because of it's not a match, like as you said, you forgot about this match. Not a lot of people talk about this. And so, like, it's a great match to go back and rewatch because it's a wonderful time for everything.
Absolutely. And thank you for bringing it to my attention. Just shows you, that wrestling is fantastic, even in a period where we don't think it might be. And great to see. And we'll be watching lots and lots of other great matches and shite matches in weeks to come. But remember, folks, good times are now.